Morning. I just finished with my broom swatting the birds. So annoying early in the morning with the uh, uh. Sorry, Lord, those are your pigeons. Those are our pigeons, right? Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Okay, but they are so annoying. My gosh. So, good morning, everyone. This is how I get my Saturday going. That's my agenda. Good morning. Good morning, brother. How are you? First of all, just how I get my Saturday going. I do my little prayer. I read my book, some word. I get me a cup of hot tea, always. And I start with, I know some people don't remember when we back in the days. Good morning, sweetie. Back in the days, we had to do our chores and we wanted so bad to get to the cartoons, but that's all our parents did. Do this, do that, do this. And my mom didn't work on Saturday and Sundays. Not that I remember. She worked Monday through Friday. So the chores, forget about it. And our house was so clean you could eat off the floor because she always had us clean it. But when the tradition passed down and then your children are grown and they in their own house and you call them and ask them, well, so what are you doing this Saturday morning? Not no chores. Or some of them, my older daughter, she'll say, getting my daughter to organize her drawer or some kind of chore. So I know it's passing down. Say, yay. Now me, in my family, my mother's side, I was the baby, right? Still, I'm the baby. So I had the lightest chores ever, and it probably was dusting, but I always wanted to do even more. And she was like, you ain't doing the dishes right. So and so, let them do it. And my mother was strict. Me and my oldest son was just talking about that yesterday. My little Eric, he was like, when did grandma become so strict? Was it when I said always, son, my whole life, always. She had to be militant. She had 10 children. One I never knew, but that passed away. I think she had a stillborn. That's when I remember when I was talking about all of this and people was talking about stillborns and stuff. I was like, wow. Then I heard my mom had a stillborn. Okay. So she really had 10 children, but it was 9 of us living. And I was the baby. And so he would say, boy, oh boy, how strict he gonna be on his son. And this I said, listen, furthermore, let's go back to you. Anytime I had you, you know how we used to have the male children, if you have male children, take out the garbage, or if you lived in the house, put the garbage out and change the um, whatever outside. You had them doing that. If you had girl children, you had one who was more responsible to make sure the garbage go down. So we always lived in a building, incinerators and stuff like that, and they grew up on that too. So we was talking the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Grandma was strict, and you were strict too." My friends used to say, "You want me to come over and help you with your chores?" I said, "Okay." So what's the problem? The laundry got the. You think I was doing all that stuff? That's how I used to talk. So now, when they're in their own apartments and I go visit, they was like, "Don't be looking around, looking for stuff that needs to be done. This is my place." I was like, "Oh, okay." So now, Saturday morning, I have a load of laundry to do, some high dusting because the sun is so bright in my house, so I can see the dust. If I wasn't able to see the dust, I wouldn't be worried about no dust. And all of my mopping and sweeping is done during the week. When I cook, I sweep and I mop. I don't know. That is just me. Last night, 8 o'clock at night, we having a fundraiser, spring fundraiser bake sale. So I've been baking cakes and cakes and cakes. And so last night I had to bake a cake for today. And I know I love to do it the day before so it can sit and, cakes marinate too and let it marinate. So I called the person. She was like, "What? My cake's going to be done at night." Oh, I ain't. And that was it. She said, "Okay." And I kept saying, "You can pick it up during the night, but it's best to let it sit there and sit there." So that's that. It's a coconut, um, a yellow cake with white frosting and coconut. And it's just smelling so good over there on my table, waiting for her to pick up her cake. Um, so our spring fundraiser bake sale. This is the fifth cake. I know that I have two more to bake. And let me let you know about how fundraisers go for nonprofit. Ours. We have donors that every year, this is our fourth year having a nonprofit. So every year, I actually do up a letter along with the 501c3 paper and hand it to the donors through, if they're here, personally to the store. So it has happened already. Food Bazaar, that was in January. ShopRite, um, February. March, this is March. So I did March for Western Beef. So the three donors, we have 14 already has happened. So bunch of cakes, butter, eggs, and they gave Shoprite gave gift cards, and so did Western Beef. So what I do is I have all the stuff I need to just keep baking and just keep baking and getting pre-orders and baking and taking the monetary and putting it in our bank. And I want to know, let you know publicly, like I have done already, it is helping. When I go over to Long Island City, I'm hitting congestion pricing, right? I could be going over the bridge to the JFK, I think that's what it's called, to go to Queens, and or I can go to 62nd Street and go over whatever way. I'm hitting congestion pricing. So I was like, oh, fundraiser time. We can't have our account just go like that. Fees, easy pass. No. So there you go. This is our fourth or fifth fundraiser for the 4 years we've been doing. So thank you for whoever support. It is getting done. Now, the reason I got on this morning is to ask people what do they do on Saturdays, right? So to let you know what we do as a nonprofit on Saturdays is rest. Because I'm the executive, right? And I do every week, Wednesday, go to a pantry in Long Island City called 9 Million Reasons. It is a church, evangelistic church that turned into a pantry during COVID time. And it's still a church, but their gym area turned into warehouse, and all the donations that they get of produce and whatever donations they get. And ever since I've been going out there for 4 years straight, they never denied me. And I was able to go out there because I was on my mentor Robert McCullough Sr.'s birthday party Zoom during the COVID time. And on the list was some people who was talking about what they do, and so I wrote it down. And it was one of the gentlemen on there, and he said, "We'll come out to Long Island City and visit our pantry." So that's how that went. Richard, Pagan. I was trying to think of his name, Richard Pagan. And ever since then, now I didn't even have a 501c3 at the time. I was just doing this because I just wanted to have a nonprofit and give back. The, the people out there at the church, the pastor and them kept saying, "Do you have a 501c3? You know, you're supposed to have that." I was like, "No, I don't." They still kept giving me. And Janet, Cardia, Cardi, they still kept giving. They still kept giving me. And I was like, wow, I better get a 501c3. And that's what I did. And I generated a board. We have a board of 12. We have a team of 12. We have a board, liaisons, volunteer. You hear me say? Board, liaison, volunteer. That's a whole group of 12. And asking for more to come aboard. And also, what I really wanted to come on and ask if there are any sponsors who want to sponsor um, our organization for the second time. I don't know where I put the application. I got the application right here. For the second time, we have been a part of the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce, right? Second year. It is time for renewal. That's what I'm saying. This is an application. I was just invited to the greeting meet, and that happens once a year. Every time it's time for everybody to start, you know, the membership again. So I was at the greeting meet. It was at the Renaissance Hotel, 125th Street, right next to the Apollo. Beautiful place. First time I was in there, and I was telling them about, yes, I want to do the renewal, but I have to get a sponsor because, first of all, it's $250. The membership benefits so much to the organization. Last year, the organization representing my friend John Watson and his and Robert Williams and their organization sponsored us. So they sponsored us last year. And this year, I'm looking for another sponsor. Okay. And this year, they want the sponsor to sit down with me during the renewal of membership so they can go over what Lils for Nonprofit Seniors and Homeless Corp will be getting in this new membership, renewal membership. So if you know anybody want to sponsor us, there you go. Also yesterday, day before yesterday, I was invited as a community leader to Vanessa Gibson's um, address, borough address, state borough address. And it was beautiful. It was, I don't know how I made two events in that one day. It's because I needed to. So I did. And it was invite only. It was at Lehman College. It was so beautiful. And I left there and then I went to the Renaissance for the Greater Harlem Chamber. So just getting it out there. The girl is getting around. Thank you for always supporting. And that's probably about it. But just to let y'all know, those four nonprofit seniors and homeless corp does some relaxing on Saturday and Sunday. I usually go over to IS 201 Schaumburg School, which is not called that no more, but I go over to look at the school's basketball games on Saturday, which George Ball runs. Great program over there. If you have, well, it's for the school to get their children involved in everything. And if they probably need a couple of dollars or whatever, you can donate over there to them too, to make sure the children are off the streets and constructed program, which is the vehicle of playing basketball. Now, while I'm on that, National Each One Teach One organization, been around for like 57 years. Okay. My mentor, Robert McCullough Sr., is still running the Each One Teach One from the Beacon. They have games over there. They have games at IS 201. And you have in the Rucker also, and that's down with the Hall of Fame now. You also have the Eric Bose tournament, which is on 129th and Lexington in the East Side Park. And so, hello, get yourself around everything that is nonprofit support. Okay, let me get off of here and go do my light chores. Saturday blessings to you all. All right, YouTube, take it easy. That's YouTube. All right.